and welcome to Down to Earth. I want to thank our viewers. You've been sending in some great questions, and we have another one this week from Melissa. Her larkspurs and other wildflowers tended to wilt and just keel over this past spring, even when she was watering them. While this is a very common problem in spring when our temperatures start to heat up, it can be very confusing. When you see your plants wilting, you water them. But the plants actually are wilting from the heat, so they don't need any water. But we think they do, so we water, and we water, and we water, and we cause those plants to rot and keel over. When you pull them from the ground, you'll notice that they have a very sparse root system that may even look a little bit mushy. It's a common problem in plants allowed to grow wild in your landscape, or to establish from seed in a very big thicket, so they're very close together. They're heavily planted. And since they're so close together, there's very little air movement, which inhibits the water from evaporating from the soil, which is great, but that means you don't need to water them so much. So resist watering them if you've just watered them. If you watered them yesterday and they're wilty the next day, then they don't need any water. Just watch for it happening in the afternoon because it is due to the heat. So be aware of your soil and keep track of that watering. This is extremely unlikely that the plants would need water if you've just watered them. Our plant this week is bat-faced cuphea, Cuphea labia. The Flamenco series has a very nice deep flower. This plant is native to tropical Mexico, so it may be an annual here for us. It's only hardy to 10 degrees. And last winter, we may have lost a lot of those if you had them in your garden. It does need to be planted in full sun, but it can also take partial shade. As the common name suggests, the flowers look like little bat faces. It has two upper petals that look like little ears, and those petals are red to a deep purple color with darker purple centers. The Flamenco series is a common new cultivar with bolder, larger flowers. This is a very drought-tolerant plant, so it's great in xeriscapes, but it does need some water, so you will need to water it regularly. It's easily prone to root rot, so don't overwater it, especially if you live in areas with heavier clay soils, as many of us do. The flowers are tubular, so it does attract hummingbirds, making it a very attractive addition to our gardens. It adds an interesting and unique element to any garden bed with those unique flowers. It looks great paired with yellow flowering plants. It grows to about 2 feet tall and up to 3 feet wide, so give it lots of space. It is evergreen, and it does bloom repeatedly from the spring all the way through the summer and often into the fall. To do in your garden this week, you want to keep an eye out for chinch bugs since we're getting much warmer. These are common in sunny areas of your lawn, and they do love the heat, so they're common out near the hotter areas near the street. The symptoms are large brown patches, which can make this easily confusing with brown patch or grubworm damage. You determine whether you have chinch bugs by using a milk jug, cutting off both ends and pressing that into the soil. Fill that area with some soapy water and watch for those insects to jump around or float to the surface. These bugs are resistant to chemical treatment, but products with bifenthrin and acephate work best. Natural methods really are not effective, but you can hopefully prevent this problem if you keep your grass well watered to lower the heat in the areas where you have seen problems in the past. For more information on this problem, contact your local office of Extension Service. We'd love to hear from you. So visit klru.org/ctg to send us your question or plant of the week from your garden.